Welcome back to Kamen Rider Review, episode number 75. This is discussing episodes 45 through 50. Yes, pretty much we're finishing 50. I have only 4 more episodes left to go. And am I going to go as less as 4 episodes to finish this? No, because I got something to catch up with. What happens in these episodes? Well, 45, 46 wraps up basically the Ghost series. Though, basically, these two help set up the events of basically 47. Kind of. Yeah, the first one involves, now, I have a monster here, which is the only monster who appears more than 1 or 2 episodes. We have a horsefly monster who appears for 3 straight episodes. And this is not a resurrected monster. Oh no, this is basically a monster who appears for 3 straight episodes. The whole purpose of being there is at basically 47, where he takes on Skyrider. In the case of 45, basically, Kamen Rider is supposedly, this is only 2 times in this whole thing, he's framed this time for murder, supposedly killing a woman, and he thinks that this woman is actually, not actually her, but actually the snake and human guys. And it turns out, nope, it's a monster of the episode. And also the fact that when they go visit the town, and when the Tashi goes talking to policemen. Apparently the village is abandoned despite the fact they have 1 person there. I'm like, when the heck was this place abandoned? They don't really go into it at all. Indicating this looks quite interesting. Of course, you have Arbiter, that's the horsefly monster, just watching him from a distance. And then for our next episode, well, the case of episode 46 is basically all about the whole thing of mirrors, which is interesting to say the least, because Great Mirror copies people, we go psycho. Interesting concept, basically using mirrors for Kamen Rider. As far as I can tell, this is the first monster that I could think of in history Kamen Rider uses, of all things, mirrors. And of course, it's Mirror Lizard. 47 is when I take on this guy. And the weird thing about the continuity of these 3 episodes is that Kamen Rider apparently fought Arbiter, the horsefly monster, apparently 1 year prior to the episode. But there's a goof here, because Kamen Rider is wearing his powered up suit, not the suit you have from the start of the series. So, yeah, it's a bit wonky when it comes to continuity here. And it says, oh yeah, this way he says he fought him, and of course Kamen Rider knows what he is. And apparently, then we have it where the horsefly monster says, oh yeah, I don't know who this guy is, like, who the Kamen Rider is. This way, like, they have briefly fought before. Like, it's almost like the right hand does not know what the left hand is doing. It's a weird thing for this plot thread, though the guy gets killed off by the end of the episode. Now, in the case of what happens next couple episodes, well, in the case of episode 48, this one, this is a retread from the original Kamen Rider series. How is that, you might ask? Well, we actually have a fake Kamen Rider. This is similar to the old Shocker Riders from the original series, except that they're not a monster posing as them, just basically 4 Shocker Riders. Yep, and yeah, there's like actually about 6 of these people, and they all got killed off via a big tornado. But in the case of this, it's actually just a monster posing, but it's an interesting idea. I like the fact they did this. Very interesting episode. Kamen Rider is actually framed for being evil, and apparently the kids can't tell the difference between this Kamen Rider and the legit one, because legit one, his gloves are red, and his scarf. This one, the boots, gloves, and scarf are yellow. Yeah, it's basically like the person who wrote this episode apparently also wrote the episode from either that or they probably knew about the episode. Just Haberry basically acts so dumb that they can't tell the difference between the legitimate Kamen Rider and the fake one. And he forms like copies of himself, like 2 other copies, so he's like 3 other Kamen Riders. I do gotta admit, this episode was an interesting idea, and I'm surprised to do something like this from the original Kamen Rider, which I thought was a really cool idea. In the case of 49, per se, yes, 49, this one basically is something that is a revisit from a little bit from V3, involving an actual rocket. The plot of the creature of the episode is to send the Kamen Rider to space. Takes him twice, but eventually gets him in the rocket, where it lifts off. First time they couldn't lift off because the little boy there put gum in the controls and couldn't lift off. Second time, yeah, able to lift no problem, despite being frozen. And he's able to get on the rocket, and apparently he forgot, oh yeah, he actually can fly. And I'm like, wait, you couldn't show the fact that he can fly, despite the fact he did it early on in the series? Yeah, this is one aspect of Kamen Rider Skyrider I don't like. Is that they show flying in the early episodes. Here they just stop doing it. Like, I think the last time I saw him actually fly, like had hit the little thing on the side, was probably back in episode 19. Yep. But, absolute really good episode. In the case of 50, this one is something that the other Kamen Riders have been copying since the original series. Where, like, the main monster kidnaps a group of boys to form a child version of the grunt of the series. Yeah, it's basically a standard trope of Kamen Rider. Yeah, kidnap a group of kids, brainwash become soldiers, and apparently after monster speed, they return back to normal. Yeah, though I do like the fact that Gun actually is very, very helpful in this episode. A lot of times he's a bit of an inconvenience, and he's always, like, in the way. Or in the case of whenever monsters basically seem like, what the heck is this? Yeah, they're basically always bewildered by this one guy. Oh, by the way, in the case of 48, we actually see Gun where he's actually not wearing a suit, and he's actually wearing normal clothes. Yeah, this is one of a couple times seen without the suit on. He made his first appearance, I believe it was like in episode 34, and at this point, it's only been about 16 episodes, actually about 17 episodes so far. And he's taken off his helmet in these episodes roughly about 3 times. He's taken off his suit twice. Yep. But definitely good episodes. I thoroughly enjoy this. And I can't wait to discuss the final 4 episode series. But next video is going to be, well, I may have to wait it because I probably have to go to dinner. But next video hopefully will be a Comic Con, and maybe after that I'll make a chance to work on Spikes. I'm like, hey, next video, bye.